Hi everybody, welcome back to Friday Sews. I'm Alison and this is Sew Like Dotty. So a little bit of a bumper edition for you this week. Won't keep you forever, don't worry. I feel like a lot's happened this week. Like I've been busy with work. I've been trying to run out in my lunch breaks and grab a little bit of sun because we've had beautiful weather at last in the UK this week, so I hope you're enjoying that, and everybody around the world, because there have been some horrendous weather and things going on. I hope everybody is safe and well, because above anything that's the most important thing. So what have I made, and where am I up to with my plans? So I am wearing my swimsuit, so I'll show you this one first of all. I'll just make that out of the way. I am going to stand up a little bit. I'm not going to show you all of me in it. If you're on holiday, I know you'd see me, but I'm still quite self-conscious about it. So this is the Fibre Mood Luca. I'll drop a picture in of the line drawn. I've shared it quite a few times. So this is the swimsuit. This is sort of my twirl. So in this fabric, I couldn't do the ruffle, the front and the back in one piece. So it has got a join on this, but it looks fine. I'll show you the second version. So this is the swimsuit. This is the only bit I'm going to show you of it, so it's very similar at the back. Hope you can see that okay. I've put a built-in like shelf bra into it with swimwear fabric, and it's a full-length swimsuit. For me, shop bought swimsuits can be quite short in the body. I'm probably 5'6" now. I used to be 5'6.5", but I've always had a bit of an issue with shop bought swimsuits. So if they're strapless, I can often get away with them, but for something like this, no, I couldn't. So I did find this pattern was a little bit long. I did buy and returned a swimsuit that was a similar design, which was massively shorter in the body, so it gave me a good gauge. So I just did a little adjustment on it and then it's absolutely fine. You might remember me saying that I was thinking about making it in black jersey and putting a sleeve into this side to wear with some black and white spotted pants. I was thinking about making, but I've shelved that. I've got enough stuff kind of ready for holiday, and let's face it, it's beautiful this week, but when we step off a plane at the end of September, we'll be full on into autumn. So I've decided that they're going to be makes for next spring, summer. So the other version of this that I made, I'd already cut out the bottoms in this fabric out of the waterfall swimsuit, which is, I think it might be Ellie and Mac. That one equally had a ruffle, but it went right across both arms, and I just didn't like it when it was wet last year. I didn't like it on both arms. With this one, what I do like is I can kind of pull it down a little bit if I'm sort of wanting to avoid those lines. So these knickers look massive, I've got to say. I can't remember what size I made, but you can do like a shorter brief, longer brief, whatever you want. The linen fabric all came from Amazon. It's swimwear fabric. It's really soft. And both of these fabrics came from Dalston Mills. So I was thinking about making some more. They're on the shelf because when I did a recce, I had absolutely plenty for this year. So those bottoms were already pre-cut out. I've just put the elastic into those this week. But this is the other top that I've made. So rather than make this one as a swimsuit because the bottoms were already cut, I've made this as a top. So it might not show very well because it keeps rolling up at the bottom, but once it's on, it looks absolutely fine. So this has got a shelf bra in it as well. I'm trying to work out which way around it goes. I think, yeah, it's the same way. I was trying to do it so I would have one on one shoulder and one on the other, but I totally messed it up and ended up with them both the same way. All I've done is added the elastic into these this week, so you can probably see the ruffle a little bit better in this one. So it's one piece at the front and one at the back. The pattern goes together absolutely beautifully. It does look like it's sort of a bit funny at the bottom, but that's because that's where the shelf bra is fixed into the bikini top. So once it's on, it looks absolutely fine, and I really like it because I feel quite secure in it, in both of them. So I'm over the moon with that. A little adjustment, so these are the same bottoms as the other ones that I showed you. I made these last year, wore them when an Ira and I went away and we had that little hot tub break. But the top in this is a bandeau one that I didn't use a pattern for. I just chopped up an old bikini top that I had and made this last year. So the outside of it is like this. Can't remember which way up it goes. And then at the back it's just got a traditional clasp. and this was just a little bit big. It's still fine around the cup area, so all I've done is I think I've took about 2 to 3 inches out of the back of it, so just a little fit adjustment on that really. And I have got 2 strapless ready to wear swimsuits that I bought a few years ago, and I just thought that's enough. I don't need to make any more, that's crazy. So I am done with swimwear, so I'm going to do a little bit of a quick change and I will be back to show you the other things that I've been busy making. Aye, so quick change there. I should explain, I've just been to get my eyebrows threaded and tinted, and I always look like I've got 2 black slugs on my eyes because I don't really get them tinted very often because I'm so light, like really light now. But when I go on holiday, if I don't get them done really dark, I'll just look like I've got no eyebrows by the second day on holiday. So yeah, just now you're all staring at them anyway, aren't you? So yeah. So what am I wearing now? I've shared this fabric recently. So this was from Versa Fabrics, but it was in a Beyond the Pink Door box. I didn't get that in the box. It's a viscose. It's a nice quality viscose. It's got a nice drape, but it feels probably thicker than I thought it was going to be when I made it up. So the dress that I've made is a duplicate of that ready to wear one, which I shared on my last vlog, so I will put a link into the description box below, which is basically pretty much made up of rectangles. So all the measurements are on that I used for my size, and then if you wanted to scale it up or down from there, you could do it. Honestly, it was such an easy make. So I will get a picture and drop it in of this dress, but as you can see, it's slightly shaped under the arm, so it's a little bit sort of kimono style, V at the front and V at the back. And then I've just put some little ties on just to stop it draping off my shoulder. The red one that I've shared previously, I did feel like I'd done this a little bit too high up, and it probably didn't even need the ties, where with this one it definitely did, and I wanted it a little bit lower. I've done this with a skirt and 1 big tier rather than 2, and I'll be totally honest, I've done so much sewing this week and it's been so hot that I just couldn't be bothered to do it in 2 tiers. It looks really nice, I'm really happy with it. And also these are really, really long, and I want them to be so, but I may shorten them slightly, so this one might look better with a longer tier on, and then when I shorten it off, it'll be fine. I've really done easy hems, so they've just got an overlock, a rolled hem on both arms, and the whole of the hem is the same. So there you go. I don't know if how well you'll be able to see that. But I do love a rolled hem. Dead easy to do. And yeah, so I think I got this fabric for £6.95 a metre in the sale. I'm not sure if they have any left, but really nice. There were few different colourways in it. I had bought a bag, like a beach bag, which I got in Primark in the UK for about £5, I think. And I really liked it. This, is it raffia, is that what it's called? It probably looks a bit brighter on camera than it actually is. I've got a matching hat and it's definitely not as bright as it's looking on camera there. But then I realised if I drop like my lip balm and bits and bobs in there, they're going to drop through the hole, so I needed to line it. So this has been on my to-do list probably for a couple of months. So I've lined it with some of this fabric, and also I had this pink like blender fabric, which I'm not going to use sort of for quilting and things. So it's lined in the pink, because to be honest, when I tried it the other way around, you couldn't really see much of the pattern that way, so I just did that side plain, and then I fixed it to the outside with these little bows on either end, and I've just done a tie in the middle to hold it together. And tonight I'm just going to sit and do a few little stitches just to sort of secure it more to the outside, and then a nice little knot in the top as well, so it looks quite cute. Up in my beach bag. There we go. So that's done. I've been quite like, let's tick it off the list. So the other 2 dresses that I've finished this week, which I mentioned last week, are both the Ariana woven dress. So I originally made one of these in white, which I've shared on a previous vlog, with the buttons and everything, but I found that I could do it and just sew it up. I didn't really need the buttons, so I started to cut the front on the fold. So both of the new ones are that way. Now I did share, you might have seen this on, did I share it on Instagram? No, maybe I didn't. I don't think I did. I think I did, but I didn't really. So this one is made out of the linen, I've shared this with you before. Is it called Null Linen or something like that from First for Fabrics? I'll put a link in. And this is the lilac colourway, I think. So I think the last time you saw it, the top was made with some decorative stitching around. I'd messed up on the back. This should have been twice as wide as it was, because I didn't see the instruction to cut on the fold, but it fits me anyway. And I have got a picture of this one. So possibly the last time that I saw you guys on here, I was going to do some embroidery for pockets, which I've done. This dress has given me sort of the prairie vibes, I would say. I think it's interesting how they're all the same pattern, but they're all very different because they're in different fabrics. So the white one was a cotton poplin, I think, and obviously this one is a very soft swishy linen, but these are the pockets that I've done. Now in hindsight, because this fabric is so soft, obviously you can see them draping, so they're exactly the same. I just did them a mirror image, so the red goes to the opposite side on that one. I'm not showing you these very well at all, and you probably can't see from the pictures that much, but I like it. I know that I've done it, and I think that they look really cute. For me, this dress isn't long enough. It's sort of just below your knee, so I've attached my standard ruffle onto there, and I'm really pleased with it. It looked really nice, and Carl was saying that like he really liked it and mentioned it again a couple of days later. And then the third version of that I made was kind of a bit of a rehash, and I was really happy today to see that Karen from, I can't remember her name, I do apologise Karen, gotta watch all the time, but So Upcycle is coming back in October. I've not offered to do the vlogger tour for that because I'm going to be doing a lot of work in October ready for a gift to November, and I've just gone through my whole wardrobe and sort of got things ready to upcycle. So I may participate in the challenge, but I didn't want to commit to doing a vlog. But this dress basically started off as, I've mentioned it before, as a denim jumpsuit. Then it was made into the Dixie dress with Dressmaker's Closet, and then that was now miles too big for me, so I've completely rehashed the bodice. So I haven't got a picture in this yet, but I will take one and drop it in. So I've managed to keep the bodice from the Dixie dress with the buttons on, done a little bit of cute stitching around the top. I was going to try and do it around the hem, but the machine just wasn't having it, and you know when you just think, no, sometimes there's a message saying just stop, that's enough. So this one I've done without the pockets, but what I've done on the back was I think it was a reel on Instagram that was kicking around a couple of weeks ago with like the alternative way of threading, which I think is like a couture technique, not threading, that's eyebrows, sharing, where you create channels and put elastic through. So I thought I'd give it a whirl on this one, because I thought, well, if it doesn't work, I'd just unpick it. But I really like the effect of it. So I used, probably it's the 0.9mm elastic. And I just totally guessed how many channels I would need, but I quite like how that looks. Obviously I've took the stitching across the back of that as well, so it was really easy to do. And I guess if I wanted to adjust this, I could just release one side of this, pull the elastic a little bit tighter, and that would just pull the back in a bit more. So I'll get a picture with that one on. I'm really pleased with how they've all turned out. Yeah, happy days. So I will drop those in if I've not already. So I just wanted to share this fabric with you. I bought it from the Crafty Pie shop, so I'm sure that you know who the Crafty Pie is. I've got a complete blank on names today. I'm gonna say Brogan. So on Instagram she's got her own channel, but she's also got links to her own shop, and she's been selling fabric for a little while. And this is the first order that I've made, but I just saw it and I knew it was coming and I had to get it. I got my standard 3 meters because it will be a dress, and I was thinking I was going to make something to take on holiday, but I've just got more than enough. But I absolutely love this. I mean, how beautiful is that? It's so bright. Red, pink, they're just amazing colours. It's a viscose, but it's quite a thick viscose. It's got a bit of weight. It's probably more of a viscose crepe, I would say, but it's lovely, and it's definitely going to be a dress. I've just not decided what dress. I was thinking possibly a style like bell dress, because I need to downsize in that. And I have got something, a special-ish in October, so it might get made for that. I'm not 100% though, because it's quite early in October, but I just wanted to share that. I can't remember how much it was now. I can't remember, I'm not going to guess, but I think it's still available if you want to check that out. I will put a link to that channel. The shop. What's wrong with me today? It's just too hot. The brain's not working, the mouth isn't working. What can I say? So I've got one more fabric to share with you. I don't know when I'm going to get this made up. I've had this vision for a while, so I'm going to go back to around 1987. When I was still a bit kind of indie goth. Well, I was very indie gothy for a long time after that, but I bought my first ever Laura Ashley dress, and I've been scouring for patterns and pictures. I was really lucky because my mum worked in the factory where they made things, but I did actually go to the shop and buy this dress. So it was navy blue with very tiny ditzy cream or off-white flowers on. I had the whole underskirt, the cotton underskirt with the lace at the bottom, and obviously my Doc Marten boots. And I certainly had it in navy, I had it in green, and then I was a bridesmaid for my friend, so I had I think that might have been pale blue and pink flower Laura Ashley dress with the puff sleeves, but with a big V on the back. And I can remember the V because she got married in August. It was red hot, and my back burned because the reception was in a garden. But I think, you know, when you've got points in your life and you can just, usually with me it's music, you latch onto things, but I'd got married quite young, and that was a mistake, and I was getting divorced, and it was like when I found my sort of independent, my spirit, it was when I was kind of doing Glastonbury and Reading. Now you're getting the vibe. It was a really good period in my life. So I started, firstly, I don't know why, I think because the brand Joni in the UK are doing a Laura Ashley collaboration now. Laura Ashley have gone bust, so I don't know how it works. I'll drop a couple of pictures in. There is one that I really like, which isn't like the dress that I want, so I'll drop the pattern in, and then I'll drop those pictures in. But I think that sort of started me off thinking about it, and I've been searching for a little while for a fabric that was as close as I can think of in my mind's eye to that fabric, and this is what I found. So it's been washed, but it needs an iron, and honestly I swear I haven't got any pictures of it, I don't think, but I swear this is as close as it can. So it is navy, but it does look sort of almost black. It's been washed, and I got this from something called WK UK Plymouth, which came up as something called Viscose, and they sell all sorts. They've got loads of fabric, well, not loads, but they've got a lot of fabrics, but like crafty things as well. And it was something like £4.95 a metre. It's a viscose cotton lawn. It does need ironing. It feels a little bit crinkly now it's washed, but I've not ironed it because I've not got, you know, immediate plans to do something. But this is going to be on my, it's going to happen. I just want to either create the dress or something similar to it. So I know that it didn't have a sweetheart neckline, but it had kind of a rounded V-neck. It had maybe 3 or 4 self-covered buttons, which I'm absolutely hopeless at, so it won't have those. And it probably, I can't remember, I think it had a side zip, but I can't remember. I mean, it is a long time ago, so it may not be exactly the same, but I'm kind of working on what I can do. I was actually thinking at one point, because I've kind of altered this pattern, like to try, I'd have to do a toile of it, to try and do the bodice like this bodice, because I think it probably was a dress with princess seams. Why am I looking around here? Look even more odd than I normally do, but I just thought that might work. But then I was thinking, how would I fit the sleeves? So I'm going to show you the pattern. It's probably impossible for me to get this in my size, but if anybody's got any pattern suggestions, or I'm kind of thinking, could I just modify, obviously I used the indigo dress as a pattern block, could I just modify maybe the neckline on that and use this neckline on there somehow. That's what I'm thinking. So any suggestions, guys, because I love it when you help me out, please drop them in the comments. And I just wanted to share that with you today. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but the creative juices are flowing around that. And I really like that fabric, so I just wanted to share it with you today. So I think that's probably all that I've got to share with you. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I've got a couple of more vlogs planned because I'm going to be away. I am going to share my pattern hacks vlog. I need to get it recorded, but I am planning on sharing it with you while I'm away. And I'm going to do a pack with me vlog where I kind of go through everything and probably then try to eliminate half of it because I'm way over my baggage allowance. So I will see you very soon, and keep enjoying the lovely weather if you're in the UK. So happy sewing, and bye for now.